I'm just gonna say it. Humans, we have things in common. Like for instance, when we go outside, we both have to, do our business. Well, not every blade of grass. There are about 10 trillion blades of grass in this yard, and I do unknow all of them. I love the zoomies are when I get all wiggly, and it feels like my brain is made of pure joy. When I get the zoomies, I can't help myself. I gotta go sniff everything. Sniffing is how I learn new things about the world. I'm a little scientist. It's a tree in the park down the street. Max is a golden doodle, which means he's part poodle and part golden retriever. He smells nice. Today, however, I wanted to learn about something other than the neighborhood gossip. While standing by the tree, I decided to launch a new experiment. She wasn't happy. Humans are funny. Sometimes they do things that are clearly wrong, like wearing socks on their hands when they pet us. You're so busy typing on your phone. Why are you always looking at that thing? Can't you see? I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you about my bowel movements. It's important to share this stuff. I'm being vulnerable with you. I got the zoomies and raced through the house, then bolted out the front door. As soon as I stepped outside, I knew I was in for an adventure. I sniffed the air, got a whiff of something interesting, and then took off running. I love adventures. Adventures make me feel alive. I love chasing butterflies and squirrels and rabbits and birds and lawn ornaments and bicycles and cars and people. I love chasing everything. I'm like a furry little tornado of excitement. I love the wind in my fur. I love the dirt on my paws. I love the smells in my nose. I love the taste in my mouth. Life is so good. I'm telling you about my digestive tract. Look at you. You're tearing up. Are you crying? Now if you could just stop looking at your phone for a minute and throw my ball, that would be great. Throw it far. I want to chase it far. Really far? Okay, thanks. Bye. Are you happy I shared that with you? Because if you are, it makes me feel good. But if you're sad, that makes me feel bad. Why do they do that? Gloves are for keeping your paws clean after you eat roadkill, not for petting your dog. Also, humans get mad when we eat their food. But isn't food? What's the difference between a dog biscuit and a human biscuit? Nothing. Except they call human biscuits cookies. And humans will literally rip their cookies away from your mouth. I don't understand this. Am I doing something wrong? I wanted to find out if the ground beneath my paws was magnetic. And I looked at her and I said, "What?" And she just kept saying, "No, buddy, that's not for you." But I think you're doing it wrong. If you want to share food with your dog, you have to do it the right way. The right way is to break the cookie into teeny tiny pieces. And even then, only give your dog a few crumbs. That's how I like it. I don't want big bites of cookie. I want teeny tiny bites of cookie. Actually, give me some crumbs right now. See? I get these random bouts of energy, and I run around the yard in circles. And sometimes when I run, my feet feel like they're being pulled toward the tree or the fence, or sometimes even the mailbox. I have to go find the perfect spot to poop. Finding the perfect spot takes a lot longer than you humans think. I'm looking for soft dirt. I don't like digging. I also want to make sure no other dogs have been there recently. I need to know who's been in my territory. And finally, I like to find a spot with a clear view of the house. I like to be able to see my yard while I poop. You never know what you might see, like a butterfly or a squirrel or a cat. Cats are so weird. They spend all their time hiding, and then they come out in the middle of the night and stare at you while you eat. And then they walk away, like they're playing hard to get. But you're a dog, you don't play hard to get. You just bury your poop and go back inside for a nap. Is it a mystery? You bet your tail. It is. It's covered with hundreds of dog smells. Every time I go to the park, I like to take a little tour of the tree and see if any new dogs have stopped by. I need to know who's hanging out in my neighborhood. I'm a curious dog. I need to know everything that's going on. It's important to stay up to date on the gossip. Like a scientist, I make observations and then formulate theories. And I do experiments to test those theories. And today's experiment was all about these two sticks. So I stood still and tried to focus my energy on my paws. Chicken and beef and bacon, bits and liver and eggs and roadkill. That's my favorite flavor profile in poop. I wish I could eat roadkill whenever I wanted, but I can't. Not all dogs can eat roadkill. Only the littlest chihuahuas can eat roadkill. Now, don't ask me why. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're so tiny they can fit whole roadkill squirrels in their mouths. I don't know. Ask a chihuahua. But if you try to eat roadkill, your humans will get really upset. I concentrated really hard, and then I wiggled my toes. Was I feeling a magnetic pull? Nope. Not this time. Oh, well, I guess it's just another one of those unexplainable dog things. You know, like how we spin in circles before we poop? Ever wonder why we do that? My theory is that we spin in circles to align ourselves with the magnetic North Pole. We want our poop to float all the way to the North Pole. But not all dogs poop. In fact, sometimes we eat poop. Sometimes it happens on accident. Sometimes it's because we really love our human and we want to be extra close to them. But I do know a lot of them. And today, I was feeling extra motivated to sniff them all. And I love doing my business. It's my favorite thing to do. But I think what I really love is the journey to do my business. I want to find out what they smell like, where they came from, and what kind of animal rubbed up against them last. But there's a lot of sticks in this yard. Which one do I start with? I decided to use the scientific method of random chance to choose which stick to sniff. Basically, I closed my eyes, spun around in circles until I fell over, and then I sniffed the closest stick to me. Sticks are a great way to mark your territory, so I was bound to find something interesting. And I did. You know what I mean? Some days the journey is more important than the actual deed itself. Today's journey began, as most of them do, in the backyard. This is my home turf. I know every blade of grass here. It all started when I got the zoomies right after breakfast. These sticks smell interesting. The stick smelled like squirrel, but it also smelled like something else. I couldn't quite put my nose on it. It smelled familiar, but I couldn't place it. So, I rolled around in the grass to get a better sniff. Rolling in the grass is another one of my favorite things to do. It smells delicious. There are so many great scents down here. You never know what you're going to find. And sure enough, while rolling in the grass, I got a whiff of that mysterious smell again. That smell was coming from inside my human's house. I had never noticed that smell before. It smelled like cat. I went to the back door and barked twice. That's the special bark I used to let humans know I found something super interesting. But my humans didn't seem to care about the mysterious cat smell. They just kept eating their dry kibble. Kibble is boring. I don't understand why they eat it all day. I would get tired of eating only kibble. I need variety in my diet. Variety is the spice of life. And variety smells amazing. So I trotted into the kitchen, sniffed around for anything edible, and then bolted out the doggy door. I knew just the place to find more variety. For example, yesterday, I learned that a new dog named Max has moved in across the street. My hypothesis is that the earth has a giant magnet hidden underneath it, and that magnet makes my paws tingle. But sometimes, and I can't explain this, we just like the taste of poop. It tastes like chicken, and I know all about upsetting humans. I remember one time I chased a butterfly into the house, and then I sneezed right on my human's laptop. One time I tried to eat a cookie, and my human said, "No, buddy, that's not for you." You humans sure love to talk about your feelings. Feelings are the most interesting thing about you. I mean, look at you. Okay, let's change the subject. Let's talk about what I'm going to do next. After all that hard work, I was ready for a treat. Being a dog is so fun. I hope you enjoy being my human.